CTHelp is a help system for iOS Swift that I created and use in all of my apps now. It allows you to add a different set of help screens to each of your different view controllers. Here's an example that is called My Books. When I tap the Help button on the navigation bar, a modal view controller appears with scrolling sets of cards. Each card can be either full text or text with image, like these two. I could even have a full image with no text. You can optionally add a card that will link users to your website, and or one that will initiate an email to your support email account and optionally attach any data that you may wish to gather from the application. Every view controller can have its own set of cards. This one has a card with no text, one with an image and text, and a contact developer card, but not one for visiting the website. It's up to you which, if any, of the optional cards you wish to include. So, how easy is it to add this system to your projects? Well, let me show you. The answer is super easy. You can clone or download my GitHub repository. You can see the video notes below for the address. The example app in the project is the demo one that I just showed you. You can run it and take a look at the code and see how it's coded if you're interested. But what I'm going to show you now is how you can add a help system like that one to your projects. So let's start a new Xcode project. I'll create a single view application, and I'm going to call it Testing CTHelp, and I'll save it to my desktop. I can open the project window, and I'll also open a new terminal window and change the directories so that it points to this project. I'll initialize CocoaPods by typing pod init. I now need to open the pod file in Xcode and add my pod. I'll just add pod CTHelp in the section for your application target. Now I can close the file and make sure Xcode is closed and type pod install. Once the installation is complete, you can open the .exe workspace for your project. If you're asked to update to the recommended settings, go ahead and do that. I'm going to go now to the main storyboard and embed my view controller in a navigation controller so that I get a navigation bar. That's where I like to place my help buttons. I'll add a bar button item to the navigation bar, and I'll give it the name Help. As you saw in the sample project, I used a custom image for the Help button. It's up to you. While I'm at it, I'm going to change the background color of the view so that you'll notice when the Help view appears, you can actually see the previous view behind it. So let's wire up that button with an action that will present my help. I'll option click on the view controller to bring up the assistant editor, and now I can control drag the button to the view controller. I'll make sure it's an action, and I'll give it the name Show Help. You can call the action or the function associated with the button anything you like, it's up to you. Now the fun part begins. Let's dismiss the assistant editor and open the view controller so that we can start adding our help code. You should probably build your app at this time to make sure that it recognizes the newly installed pod. Then you can type import CTHelp at the top of the view controller. Inside your action, start typing let CTHelp equals CTHelp open and close parentheses. You're creating a new instance of the CTHelp class. Now, option click on the class name and you'll see the quick help. Notice in the discussion section there is a show CTHelp function and the first line is exactly what you've typed already inside your IB action. Copy from the next line down to the end, before the last curly brace, and paste it into your IB action. This is the structure for your help all in one place now, with some boilerplate code. All you have to do is edit and add your own images to your project asset catalog. I've prepared 3 images for this example. This is a full-size image that will be used for the first item that has no text, and this is the smaller image that can be used for the second item where there is some text. The third image is my company logo. Now let me add these to my asset catalog. Back in the View controller, I can edit my help items. The first image is named Sample Full-Size Image. The second is Sample Smaller Image. For the optional text, I'm going to edit it to reflect my company name and details. The company name is Createx Solutions. My email address is slynch@createxsol.com. I'm not going to gather any data for this example, so I'll leave that at nil. And the website I want to direct people to is www.createxsol.com/createcapps. And the company logo name that I added is Createc. Let's build and run on my iPhone so you can see the email portion working. A tap on the Help button pops up our first card. It's just an image, no text other than the title. Swipe to the second and see an image with text. Swipe to the third and you get a scrolling text field with no image. The next card has an image, the company logo, and some text, and a button that will link to the website address specified in the code. The last one invites you to contact the developer. Clicking on the button simply presents the email. No request to ask for data because, as you saw, we didn't specify that requirement in code. Let's return now to the code. Each of the CTHelp class functions will generate a new card. Each one creates a CTHelp item and adds it to an array of help items. Each CTHelp item has a title, along with optional text and/or image. The image name is the name of an image that you have uploaded to your asset catalog. The maximum width and height for an image is 240 by 230, and any larger image will scale accordingly. It's probably best to design within those parameters, and keep in mind that the height shares vertical space with the scrolling text view. So you can see my first item has no text, the second has both, and the third is text only. Add as many of these as you like to create your cards. Use the Quick Help to copy and paste an example. The next CTHelp class function creates the optional cards at the end of the stack. Make sure you edit this to provide your own information. If you put nil as the email address, no email card will be presented. If you put nil for the website, no web card will be displayed. The default data has been set as nil, so it will not ask the user if he or she wishes to attach application data to the message. You can check out my sample My Books application to see how I used JSON encoding to encode my data and provide it for the attachment to the email. You can leave the function out entirely to just not include either. The final line presents the modal view controller. If you want to change the appearance of your help cards, then you can uncomment the corresponding line that assigns the color. Here's where the colors get applied. Just to test this out, let's uncomment them all and make the following changes. We'll change the background view of the help card to black. I'll change the title, the help text, and the background color of the action button to white. And I'll change the button text color to black. Let's run it again. Our changes have applied. And that's all there is to it. You just repeat the process for every view controller that you wish to add help to. I hope you find this useful, and if you like this video, please tap the like button below. In the notes below, I provide a link to the GitHub page where you can get access to the code, along with a link to my Medium post where I detailed the process. Thanks for watching.